Hi everyone! So in this video, we are going to talk about the three types of plate boundaries.
Before we proceed to the discussion, let's have first our objectives. At the end of this lesson, the learners will be able to describe the different types of plate boundary. Next, the learners will be able to differentiate the three types of plate boundary. Last, the learners will be able to locate different plate boundaries. So before we proceed to the three types of plate boundaries, let's have plate boundaries first. What are plate boundaries? So plate boundaries are active regions between the tectonic plates. Now, as you can see in the picture, we have our oceanic crust here, or the oceanic plate, and we have our continental crust or continental plate. Now, as you can see, we have the arrow here with the color orange. So this part here is the plate boundary. It is the active region between the tectonic plates, between the oceanic plate and the continental plate. Now let's talk about the divergent boundaries. Divergent boundaries are constructive plate margins. These are areas where two plates are moving apart from each other. So the movement results in upwelling of hot materials from the mantle. Hot rocks from the asthenosphere in this part move upward, filling up the spaces as the oceanic crust or these two crust or plate ripped apart. So again, when you say divergent boundaries, always remember that two plates are moving apart from each other, which results to constructing of the new seafloor. Now, divergent boundaries have two types. We have mid-ocean ridge and rift valley. Mid-ocean ridge. New ocean floor, mountains, earthquakes, and volcanic actions occur when an ocean plate spread apart. So as you can see in the picture, we have an example here, mid-Atlantic ridge. So this is the new ocean floor created as the oceanic plate spread apart. This can be found in the Atlantic Ocean. So this mid-Atlantic ridge is the largest mountain range. Next is the Rift Valley. Continents starting to split apart, forming a rift valley and eventually a seaway and then an ocean. So an example here is the African Rift Valley. Now let's have convergent boundaries. Convergent boundaries are destructive plate margins or subduction zone. These are areas where the plates collide. As divergent boundaries causes new lithosphere formation, that new formation pushes the older lithosphere, exerting pressure on areas where the plates collide. So as you can see in the picture, we have two plates here. The older and the denser portion of the plate here descend back into the mantle, or also called subduct. So this plate subducts to the mantle. So this is what we call subduction. Now this part here is the subduction zone or the convergent boundary. It is also known as destructive plate margins because as the two plates collide, it causes destruction of the old lithosphere. So again, when you say convergent boundaries, the two plates in this area collides. Convergent boundaries have three types. First, we have continent to continent. Second, we have ocean to ocean. Third, we have continent to ocean. Continent to continent. Mountains form and earthquakes occur when continental plates run into each other and fold upwards. Here, as you can see in the picture, we have continental crust here, or continental plate. We have another continental plate here. And then when they collide, the other continental plate subducts, and it results to the formation of these mountain ranges. So an example here is the Himalayas mountains. So Himalayas mountain range is the result of the continental collision between India and Eurasia. Next, we have ocean to ocean. Volcanic island arcs, trenches, and earthquakes occur when older ocean plate subducts under a younger ocean plate. So as you can see in the picture, we have an oceanic plate here and another oceanic plate here. Now this is the older oceanic plate which subducts under the younger oceanic plate. So an example for ocean to ocean is the Mariana Trench. So the Mariana Trench can be found in the Pacific Ocean. So this picture here shows the Challenger Deep Mariana Trench measurement. So it is about 36,070 feet depth. Continent to ocean. Mountains, volcanoes, and earthquakes occur as an ocean plate subducts under a continental plate. The oceanic plate melts. Less dense magma rises to form volcanoes. So here in the picture, we have oceanic plate and then a continental plate here. Now, as these two plates collide, the oceanic plate subducts under the continental plate, which results the formation of a volcano here, a mountain, and a trench. So example for continental to oceanic plate is the Sierra Nevada. So as you can see in the map, the Sierra Nevada mountains is located near to the Pacific Ocean. So this oceanic plate subducts under the continental plate, and that is the result why we have our Sierra Nevada mountains plate. Next, we have transform fault boundaries. Transform fault boundaries are conservative plate margins. The plates slide horizontally against each other without construction or destruction of lithosphere. It is also called conservative plate boundaries because they involve no addition or loss of lithosphere at the Earth's surface. So always remember, when you say transform fault boundaries, the two plates slide horizontally against each other. No construction or destruction. So perfect example for transform fault boundaries is the San Andreas Fault in California. So here, the red line is the San Andreas Fault. This is the picture in which the two plates are sliding against each other. Now let's have a quick question and answer. What?
So that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you for our next lesson.